Nobody was ready for what Bambi just unleashed. In a single explosive interview, she didn't just throw shade, she promised a storm that could wipe Kirk Frost's entire reputation clean off the map. Her exact words, "This is just the beginning. Next episode will end his career." And with that, she set the entire Love and Hip Hop fan base on fire. It started innocently enough, a late-night IG Live with a few casual updates, a laugh here and there. But Bambi's tone shifted when Kirk's name came up. The smile faded, the energy sharpened, and then she leaned in close to the camera, like she was letting the audience in on the industry's darkest secret. She hinted at receipts so damaging, so impossible to spin, that even Kirk's most loyal defenders would turn on him instantly. She talked about years of cover-ups, hidden betrayals, and things he did off camera that would make producers look the other way in shame. The comments section exploded, fans begging her to spill right then and there. Others warning her to watch her back because Kirk doesn't play when it comes to protecting his image. But Bambi stayed calm, almost too calm, as she promised that everything would be revealed. Not today, not tomorrow, but in the next episode, on camera, where millions could witness it. And according to her, a Kirk wouldn't survive it. The moment Bambi dropped that line, the air in the Love and Hip Hop world changed. It wasn't just gossip anymore. It felt like a countdown to detonation. Fans weren't asking if Kirk's career would take a hit. They were already debating how deep the crater would be once the smoke cleared. But here's the twist. This wasn't the first time Bambi had hinted at trouble. For months, subtle signs had been there if you knew where to look. Side-eyes in, reunion episodes, little digs in confessionals, and cryptic tweets that would vanish within hours. Until now, no one connected the dots. Now every little moment from the past season felt like a breadcrumb leading to one massive reveal. Insiders claimed the bad blood between Bambi and Kirk started way before the cameras caught wind. Allegedly, it all kicked off when Bambi overheard a late-night conversation in the green room during last season's taping. According to a crew member who was just 2 feet away, Kirk was on the phone bragging to someone about a side deal he made, one that, if true, would be a direct violation of his VH1 contract. That same crew member says Bambi didn't just overhear it. She recorded it. Now here's where things get wild. The recording wasn't just a casual brag. Sources claim Kirk mentioned buying silence from someone who had dirt on him, dirt that could cost him everything if it ever got out. That's when Bambi allegedly realized this wasn't just about relationship drama. This was about career-level destruction. Fast forward a few weeks, and Bambi and Kirk found themselves at the same industry event in Atlanta. Witnesses say she didn't even try to hide her disdain. While Kirk worked the room, Bambi stayed at the bar with her phone in hand, showing something to a select few people. One attendee told a gossip blogger they saw a waveform on her screen, the kind you'd see on a voice memo. Whether it was the recording is still unclear, but the whispers started that night. And they've only gotten louder. Kirk, for his part, seemed to sense something was brewing. His normally cocky demeanor on social media shifted, fewer selfies, fewer flexes, and more vague posts about fake friends and snakes in the grass. He never mentioned Bambi directly, but fans who have been watching this drama unfold knew exactly who he was talking about. Then came the kicker. A leaked DM exchange between Bambi and another cast member that hit the blogs like a sledgehammer. In the screenshots, Bambi wrote, "Trust me, next episode's gonna make history. He's done after this." The person replied, "Girl, you better be ready. He's not gonna go down quiet." And Bambi's response, "I'm more than ready. I've been holding this for too long." If that wasn't enough to send the fan base spiraling, a second leak dropped just days later. This time it was a short, grainy video clip of Bambi backstage during taping, speaking to someone off camera. In the clip, she could be heard saying, "Once this airs, he can't spin it. He can't deny it. And he knows it." The camera never showed who she was talking to. But the internet didn't care. The narrative was already set. Theories began pouring in. Some fans believe Kirk had been hiding financial misconduct, possibly linked to the Frost Bistro or other side hustles. Others are convinced it's about a secret child he's been covering up. But the most explosive theory? That Bambi has proof. Kirk used production connections to bury a legal issue before it hit the news. Meanwhile, the Love and Hip Hop production team is reportedly split over how to handle this ticking time bomb. One insider claims some producers want to air everything exactly as it happened, while others are terrified of potential lawsuits if the accusations are as serious as they sound. But Bambi, she's playing it cool, smiling for paparazzi shots, making cryptic posts about truth, always winning, and refusing to spill before cameras roll. What's making fans even more suspicious is the sudden quiet from Rashida. Normally quick to defend her man, she hasn't made a single public comment since Bambi's IG Live. No denials, no subtweets, nothing. Some see it as strategic silence. Others as a sign she knows what's coming and can't defend it. As one fan tweeted, "If Rashida's not even trying to clap back, then Bambi's receipts must be nuclear." Now the tension is unbearable. Cast members have been told to stay tight-lipped ahead of the episode, but leaks keep slipping through. One source claims the episode in question is already being dubbed the Frost Fallout by editors, and that multiple scenes had to be reshot because of the sheer chaos Bambi's bombshell created on set. The clock is ticking. And with each passing day, anticipation grows. Will Bambi really end Kirk's career on national TV? Or is this the ultimate bluff in Love and Hip Hop history? Because if even half of what's being whispered is true, Kirk might not just lose his reputation. He might lose everything. The morning the cast arrived on set to film what would become the most infamous Love and Hip Hop episode in years. But Bambi wasn't done. She paused the recording, looked directly into the camera, and said, "This is the man y'all been defending. This is who you call a businessman. This is the truth you didn't want to see." Rashida's face was unreadable, but her hands were clenched tightly in her lap. The rest of the cast shifted uncomfortably, unsure whether to speak or let the moment explode. Kirk tried to regain control. "Y'all don't know what that was about. People take things out of context all the time." That's when Bambi dropped her second bomb. "Oh, you want context? Let's talk about the bank accounts you didn't report. The ones you've been funneling money into under someone else's name." The reaction was instantaneous. One cast member literally covered their mouth. Another muttered, "Oh, hell no." And the producers, sensing TV gold, kept the cameras rolling without interruption. Bambi didn't produce the bank documents on the spot, not yet. She made it clear those would come later, but the implication alone was enough to throw the entire set into chaos. Source close to production says that after that moment, filming was halted for over an hour while Kirk and Rashida were escorted off set to cool down. Bambi stayed behind, calmly sipping water and chatting with a makeup artist like nothing happened. That eerie calm was what rattled people the most. She wasn't acting out of impulse. This was calculated, and then the leaks began. Before production could lock down everyone's phones, short audio clips from the recording started popping up on fan pages. Within minutes, hashtags like #Bambi exposes Kirk and #Frost Fallout were trending. One particularly viral post read, "She said next episode will end him." Looks like she wasn't lying. Backstage, the tension was boiling over. Kirk reportedly demanded that VH1 pull the footage and threatened to walk off the show entirely if it aired. Bambi allegedly overheard him and fired back, "You can quit the show, but you can't outrun the truth." By the time they returned to set, the air was thicker than before. Kirk refused to look at her. Rashida kept her arms crossed, and the other cast members were visibly uncomfortable. Everyone knew the worst part hadn't even been revealed yet. One production insider told a blogger, The bank account stuff is the tip of the iceberg. She's holding something way bigger for the final act. And if she really shows it on camera, it's over for him. Fans are now torn. Some see Bambi as a hero for exposing what they believe has been covered up for years. Others accuse her of using the show as a platform for revenge. But no matter what side you're on, one thing is undeniable. The ratings for this upcoming episode are about to break records. And if the rumors are true about what's coming in the final reveal, Kirk Frost might not just lose the show, he might lose every shred of credibility he's ever had. The set was tense. Bambi wasn't finished. Not even close. When filming resumed, producers tried steering the conversation towards safer ground. But Bambi's focus never left Kirk. She watched him like a predator waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The first few exchanges were polite, almost rehearsed, until Rashida finally snapped. "You have something else to say? Say it, because I'm tired of this little drip-drop game." Bambi didn't flinch. "You want it all? Fine. Let's give it to you and everyone watching at home." She reached into her bag and pulled out a plain, unmarked envelope. The cameras zoomed in instantly. Slowly, she slid out a stack of printed documents, each one stamped with a bank's logo. "These," she began, "are statements from accounts tied to a name you won't recognize because it's not Kirk's. But if you look closely, the deposits match the payouts from his side deals. It's the ones he never wanted Rashida, the IRS, or the network to see." Kirk slammed his hand on the table. "This is ridiculous. You think you can just wave around papers and Bambi cut him off with a smirk? Funny thing is, the routing numbers match an account linked to your cousin, the one who hasn't lived in Atlanta for 5 years. Want me to explain how his name ended up on these deposits?" Gasps erupted around the table. Crew, the cast, even security were frozen. Rashida's eyes darted between Kirk and the papers, her lips pressed into a thin line. She didn't say a word, but her silence spoke volumes. Then Bambi delivered. The killing blow. These aren't just numbers. There's also a video, okay? One that shows you Kirk Frost walking into that bank, signing the withdrawal slips yourself. You can't fake that. And guess what? That video's already on its way to someone who's going to make sure it doesn't disappear. The chaos was instant. Kirk stood up, pacing, cursing under his breath. Rashida finally spoke, her voice icy and measured. "If that's true, I'm done." Bambi leaned back, clearly satisfied. "You should be." Production scrambled to contain the situation, but it was too late. Word had already spread online that Bambi had bank account receipts and a mysterious video. Fan pages went into overdrive, with some claiming they had seen a blurred leak of the footage. Whether it was real or not didn't matter. The damage was done. The narrative was already out of Kirk's hands. On Twitter, trending hashtags multiplied. Hashtag KirkBankGate. Hashtag ByFrost. Hashtag Bambi was right. One viral tweet read, "Bambi warned us." Kirk's empire just collapsed on live TV. Even celebrities weighed in. One well-known rapper tweeted, "If you know, you know." Kirk been moving funny for years. Bambi just gave y'all a peek. Another reality star posted a cryptic Instagram story with the words "Truth always wins" over a clip of Bambi smirking. Back on set, producers had no choice but to call a wrap early. Kirk refused to film any further that day, storming off set and telling cameras to get out of my face. Rashida left quietly, flanked by a close friend, and didn't look back once. Bambi